WDW After Dark is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. WDW After Dark. WDW After Dark. The live and uncensored webcast for adult Disney fans. With your hosts, Aljon Go, Kristen Hetzel, Jeff Davis, Eric Allen, and William Hershey. Top 5 Disney videos of the week. Disney headline news. Disney discussion. Interact with WDW After Dark at facebook.com/WDW After Dark webcast or on Twitter, WDW After Dark, or call our hotline 410-98-WDW-AD. And now, it's time for WDW After Dark.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of WDW After Dark. The Talking Heads have returned for your entertainment pleasure. And we are so glad that you're joining us. Good evening. Jeff Davis here with you. Hi, how are you? Kristen and Aljon are over there in the Walt Disney World Resort enjoying the Food and Wine Festival, according to the Facebook page, pictures that I saw today. And food's looking good, so we hope that they enjoy themselves. But the Talking Heads have got, once again, for the second week in a row, breaking news from the Walt Disney World Resort to talk about this evening that we're going to get to after the top 5 videos of the week, which we didn't get to do last week, so we got to do them this week. All right? And as far as those Talking Heads go, let's talk about this first one, since it is Talk Like a Pirate Day, nationally, Talk Like a Pirate Day. Mr. Eric Allen is definitely ready to talk like a pirate. Eric, how are you?
You come seeking adventure in salty old pirates, eh?
Oh, I do, yeah.
You come to the proper place.
How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing good. It's a Friday. We made it through the end of the week, and now my limited edition shirt had come through.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I'm impressed.
Showing my solidarity. Viva la Maelstrom!
We've already lost the internet connection, but the podcast is recording, so they can continue talking. We can continue talking. We're, 3 minutes into the show, and we've already lost connection. Wow.
Did we forget to make our blood sacrifice ritual to the technology gods?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Whose job was that? Was that Will's?
Sorry, I thought KFC counted.
That only counts in Major League when Pedro Serrano tries to hit the curve.
Oh, yeah, right. Speaking of Mr. Hershey, there he is, another talking head here on WDW After Dark with the classic patch over the eye. Our Mr. McLovin.
Give me timbers and surrender that booty.
Did you have a decent week, Mr. Hershey?
It was fairly okay. It got even better today once you hit Pirate Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, lots of rum.
Lots of rum.
Did you go buy Krispy Kreme donuts dressed as a pirate, though?
I would have if we had a Krispy Kreme around in these parts, but there's nothing here. Only a Dunkin'.
Really?
For those of you who don't know, Krispy Kreme Donuts has this thing going. If you show up on Talk Like a Pirate Day in pirate gear, dressed as a pirate, they will give you 1 dozen donuts. Free.
Free.
Is there a limit to how many times you can visit?
I'm sure that they will start recognizing you by the 5th visit.
Probably so, I would think. If you continuously just keep going and going and going and going, they're going to say, no more donut for you. No, not going to happen. So, that's not an idea that's going to work. Sorry. But we're glad.
Strike your troublers, you blooming cockroaches!
We're glad that everybody is joining us in the chat room as well. Hello to all of you. Hope that you've all had a wonderful week. And we also want to welcome our YouTube watchers over on our channel on YouTube, WDW After Dark. We hope that you like and subscribe to the show.
Lie to us
You can lie to us if you want to. I mean, that's okay as well if you want. And if you're listening to the podcast, we thank you so much for downloading the podcast over on iTunes and also Stitcher Radio as well. We want to welcome you to the show, and always remember that you can comment on any of the shows that you want. It doesn't matter where it came from. Just comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. We're definitely thankful that you're listening to WDW After Dark. And like I said at the top of the show, some breaking news literally within the past I guess a couple of hours is when I first saw some of the posts on Facebook, and already stuff is flying all over the place, and people are talking about it. But we're not going to get to that until we get to our Disney headlines. We're going to get to those headlines a little bit later on. We have, and I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but just a little more Frozen news to talk about this evening. I'm so sorry that I have to do that to you. I know we've beaten Frozen to death, but there are some other details we need to cover. What, Eric? I'm sorry.
We have talking Frozen so much, I'm beginning to get hypothermia over it.
I'm sorry.
Would you guys just let it go?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to let it go. I really
Don't make me come over to your house and build a snowman out of your butt.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. Jeez, you're so violent. Guys are so violent. Gee whiz.
Can I just say something crazy?
We'll also talk about a little bit about Disney Infinity. We've been beating that to death as well, but that's up and coming. And there was also something mentioned on WDW Tiki Room this morning over on Sorcerer Radio that we would want to mention again and maybe take a couple of minutes to talk about. For all of you, since it's a pirate type of day, we'll speak about Pirates of the Caribbean during the headlines as well. So lots to talk about, but we also have to do our top 5 videos of the week. And just in case you forgot, we did not get to do our top 5 videos of the week last week. And so what does that mean? Well, that means we have to do them this week, and we'll have those to talk about, and then we'll get to the headlines. So let's take a look at our top 5 videos of the week.
Hear what? I'm receiving some sort of transmission. Routed through the main system. Routing.
Looking to take a Disney vacation or cruise? Contact Kristen of MagicalJourneysVacations.com. Magical Journeys is an authorized Disney vacation planner. Kristen will get you the best price available and continue to search for deals until the day you travel, taking the worry out of planning your fantastic vacation. Kristen can help plan your dining reservations and answer any questions you may have. She'll even send you maps from the parks. So contact Kristen of Magical Journeys for your next cruise or Disney vacation. Contact Kristen of Magical Journeys at MagicalJourneysVacations.com. So what are you waiting for? Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
Wow, that sounds great. I want to go. Well, you can't. Why not? Because we have to stay at our posts and keep rebel scum like him out.
Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
It's time for the top 5 Disney videos of the week.
Our top 5 videos of the week always definitely comes from us scouring YouTube and, everywhere else to find those videos to take a look at, make fun of, talk about, whatever else you can think of. And we definitely came along with some good ones for this week. But we're going to start off with the MTV Cribs, or Star Wars edition of MTV Cribs. Let's take a look at how a stormtrooper lives the high life.
Yo, what up, Empire TV? This your boy TK429, a.k.a. Supernova. We on the east side of Coruscant, and this is my crib. Come on, move along. Yeah, so check this out, man. This right here, this is actually...
First thing that I want to know about this, whose house is this really? Because I know this is not their house. It's way too nice to be their house.
That's a good question. Unless they're kind of pulling down some some spice deals.
Yeah.
Jabba the Hutt's gotta have an in.
I actually think he shows up a little bit later in this video. Actually.
See, there you go. Big Daddy Jabba. He's in the house.
Who we got downstairs? We got the game room. Got my boys over there. What's up, fellas? This is the theater room. I got so much damn square footage, you don't even know what to do with yourself. Coming to the dance room. Got my boy DJ Capoeira down there busting move. Maybe you've seen him recently on a twerking video.
Stormtroopers twerking. Something's just wrong about that. No.
There's not enough words in the English language to describe just how wrong that is.
Coming into the master bedroom. This is where the magic happens. It's what happens when I want to watch TV, but I'm not in a hurry.
Okay, he says the bedroom is where the magic happens, but how does a stormtrooper make the magic happen in that suit? Come on. Let's be honest.
Escape hatches.
It's got to be. Look at that pool.
I am going to say there, I want that little one-man gyrocopter. I just say that. Okay, it's not one man. It's got a back seat.
Turn that stuff up. Let's get it started.
Hey, me and the clone, we can do road trip.
You can. Yes, you can.
I wonder how long it would take to get to Disney in one of those.
Gosh. Depends on their location. It looks like California to me, so it doesn't look like they're anywhere near Walt Disney World.
I wonder, if Disney kind of has like an Air Force kind of thing. If you try to buzz Spaceship Earth in one of those things,
Well, I don't think that Disney is per se a no-fly zone, because you see those advertisement planes all the time at Walt Disney World, advertising something up there.
Yes, so skywriting smileys.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by and watching this custom video. If you like what you saw, check out the behind the scenes. And if you want to see and meet us in real life, you're going to have to come down to FantasyCon 2014 and check it out. Don't lay a hate. Congratulate.
Star Wars edition of MTV Cribs starts off the top 5 videos of the week this week. How realistic did Jabba look there, Eric? What do you think of that?
He looks more like the Zero the Hutt from the Clone Wars TV show.
Have I gotten that far? I think I've gotten that far in it. I can't remember. If I've gotten that far in that. I'm on season 2 right now of Star Wars: The Clone Wars over on Netflix. So
that's kind of where I'm at too. I think I started binge watching when I saw it was on Netflix, and he made it all the way through, and I just haven't caught up yet.
Well, I mean, I went through the first, I think, 5 or 6 episodes quickly, and then there were some other things that I needed to watch, and it kind of fell off a little bit, and then it's been an episode or two, every 3 or 4 days. Hasn't really just been a huge binge watch for me. I'm getting through it slowly but surely. I don't want to do it. I want it to make it last as much as possible, because it's, what? What's it? What's a face for?
You want to make it last.
Okay. Obviously, we don't need to talk about that then. But yeah, I could see where the resemblance comes in on Jabba there. William, what could you do with that house if you were in that house? What would you do with it? Think long and hard about this one.
Well, you see, this is a family-rated After Dark show.
This show is live and uncensored. It's not a family After Dark show. When has this show ever been a family After Dark show? Never.
Vader Playboy Mansion?
Okay, all right. The Vader Playboy Mansion. Interesting.
Oh, Lord, it's...
Oh, no. See, we dealt with this last week, where all of a sudden the video call ends because the connection was lost. Here we are dealing with it yet again. So we're going to wait until we can figure out how long it's going to take to get this thing back up and running. I'm thinking we might have to just move over to Skype again, because this is becoming all too familiar with Google Plus, unfortunately. So maybe I can bring my camera. I can't even bring my camera up. You can't even see me right now. I mean, that's just sad. Oh, gosh. I did not break the internet. I did not break it. No, it's not skipping now because, see, the chat room is making fun of me now. No, I'm not skipping. Oh, I don't need to wiggle the cord. Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. This is not the way I wanted to do this show this evening. This is going to upset me. Let's go ahead and get to the next video of the week. I'm just going to go ahead and start that because, well, I don't have any other choice. We've got to have something running while we try and work on this. But this is the Marvel Universe Live Tour show that it previewed over in Tampa, Florida, brought to you from us, from Ricky Briganti over at Inside the Magic. Take a look at this. That is a rather large tesseract he's got in his hands. I mean, that is huge. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. Now, this is not an ice skate show or anything else. These are just characters walking around the arena, but they've got a nice setup here. The pyrotechnics and a couple of other things. Very nice. It's definitely a show that I would see if it comes to the area that I'm in right now. And there goes Thor. Let's try this one more time, see if we can bring him up. Okay.
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Okay, you guys are back. That's a good thing.
We never left.
For some reason, I did. I don't. This is. I'm trying to understand what the problem is with this thing, but I just don't know. I just don't know. So.
Were we still recording?
We were still recording, yes, and we just moved on. Well, no. Hold on. You and William were not recording. I was still recording. They could hear me. They could not hear you. So no, whatever you said did not go over, unfortunately. But what we're looking at, I told the rest of the chat room about this. This is the Marvel Universe Live show that is going to be touring the country. It started off over in Tampa, Florida. It's not Marvel Universe on ice, but there's a lot of stunts, a lot of pyrotechnics, and a bunch of different things with all the characters from the Avengers. Tony Stark, Captain America, also Loki. We've also got Spider-Man in there as well. It seems like a really, really good show. And this video came to us from Ricky Briganti over at Inside the Magic.
Okay, would this be a bad time to tell you that I'm ordering tickets to that right now?
Really? It's coming to your area?
Yes, it's coming 2 weeks from this weekend. October 2nd.
Awesome. I need to look up and see if it's coming towards... I know it's going to be either New Orleans or something else close to me. I'm just not sure where.
Hey, Mac. Mac, I need you to do something for me, buddy. Yes? I need you to look in my pants pocket and bring me my billfold, please. Thank you. My pants, you know where my pants are.
Are we to take it that you're not wearing pants right now?
That's what I was about to say. Now that we know Eric is not wearing pants, it's okay.
Hey, anything to increase ratings, you know.
I guess.
That's time to notice.
I guess so. Gee whiz. Oh, goodness.
But yes, Marvel Universe Live is coming 2 weekends from now.
Super awesome.
Area.
Wow.
Yes, thank you very much, buddy. Yes, yeah, he's going to kill Homie. All right, stop.
This guy playing Peter Parker, it's pretty damn good. I'm impressed.
Are we still recording?
We are still recording, yes.
Oh, dang. Okay.
What?
Did not know we were recording.
Yes, this show does not stop, even though Google Plus does stop. It should. Yeah, it should. Yeah, it should be done and over with, right? Yeah.
All right, then I guess it's a good thing that I'm not mentioning my my card number or anything like that. So.
Yes, let's not do that. No.
Yes, let's not.
And speaking of which, let's not stand up either.
Stay seated whenever you do. Don't get up. All right, so let me ask you this, Eric. How much are tickets to see Marvel Universe live?
They say it is anywhere from $19 to from about like $19. That's the total nosebleed. Duck, or you're going to bump your head into the ceiling tickets, all the way up to $194.
Wow, are you serious?
I only want to pay.
I will not be buying those tickets.
Oh, okay. Now, I want you guys to watch this part right here where Tony actually gets into the Iron Man suit and how they've done this. Watch this. It's just really cool how they did it. And then, of course, he gets everything on. Iron Man looks pretty good in this show, I will say.
I cannot wait to see this in person.
He does look a little bit chubby in certain areas,
well,
I guess.
Tony Stark is not exactly one for workouts,
Well, no, but I mean, he oh my gosh, there was the Hulk for just a second. Wow, that was cool. So that's Marvel Universe Live video coming from Ricky Briganti over at Inside the Magic. Let me ask you a question about the Hulk. I just now thought of this.
Okay.
They've been talking about, the next Avengers movie, Age of Ultron and all that stuff and everything. And we've gotten movies with Tony for Iron Man. We've gotten movies with Captain America. We've gotten a movie with Thor. So we've gotten all these movies in between the last Avengers movie and what's upcoming for the next Avengers movie. But what we have not gotten is an update as to what's happening with Dr. Banner and what is going on with the Hulk. Why is that? Why is it that we have not gotten a Hulk movie throughout all of this? Any speculation on that?
That's a good question.
Because it would only make sense to me if you're going to do an update on Tony, you're going to do Iron Man 3, you're going to do Captain America 2, you're going to do Thor 2, because there are definitely things going on in between the Avengers movies throughout the storyline, and it all ties together. Are you telling me that Dr. Banner has just been sitting in yet another shack somewhere in Brazil waiting for the Avengers to call him again, or what? I just find that kind of strange that somebody has not picked this up and said we need to do another Incredible Hulk movie to update them and let them know, bring the fan base up a little bit better for the Incredible Hulk. And I don't know. Somebody explain it to me. Maybe someone in the chat room actually probably knows. I don't know. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I honestly wish I could tell you that I think we need a Hulk movie. I don't know. I don't.
So, like an actual Hulk reboot completely, as from the very beginning, or are we talking?
This would essentially be the second reboot, or the third version.
Yeah, it would be the third version of the Hulk. And it would be after the fact that the Avengers has already happened. So, golly, I don't know.
I just don't see it.
You just don't see it? You just don't think it's going to happen?
I don't see the need for it, rather.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could see a need, maybe they could introduce like She-Hulk or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. That would be interesting. She-Hulk movie.
That would be good. Because she's Hulk, but she's not Hulk. And that's probably about the stupidest way I could have put it.
She's Hulk, but not Hulk.
Well, she doesn't have anger management issues. To put it that way.
Only at that time of the month.
Okay, all right. Don't want this to get out of hand. Jeez. It was just an observation, just noticing that there had been nothing, done with the Hulk. So we'll just watch close, I guess.
I don't really think that the Hulk needs as much character development as some of the other characters out there.
Yeah, you could be right. You could be right. I mean, what all is there really to the Hulk other than don't piss me off, don't hit me, don't cause pain, and just leave me alone. That's basically it. There is nothing else. How much storyline can you really get into, I guess?
He could be in the ER and need medical attention, and they deny his insurance because of Obamacare, and he could go off. And
oh, boy, you had to bring up Obamacare during the show. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Oh, jeez. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
I don't know. Okay, that just killed it right there. Who out of the group...
Moving right along.
Moving along now. After you just killed that conversation, who has ever heard of the movie Walt Before Mickey?
Oh, yeah.
I have heard of it.
It is supposed to be a fantastic movie, and a new official trailer actually came out just a short time ago for everybody to catch this and really find out what Walt was like before Mickey. Take a look at this.
You scribbling on that barn again? Help me God.
Kind of the life of Walt Disney as he got started, in a way, I guess.
I sold my first sketches to neighbors when I was only 7 years old. We moved to Kansas City. I asked the question, was I going to be an actor or an artist? From then on, all I ever thought about was animation.
Walt! Roy, your brother's here!
And when you talk about the early days of Walt, I mean, we're talking as a boy 6 or 7 years old who started drawing.
Disney iWorks. It's happening, Roy. We sold our first animation. Well, what do you think?
And if I'm wrong,
It's a barn.
Roy is played, it seems like, if that is Roy, he's played by one of the characters from American Pie. The movie. That's weird.
God, is it Finch?
No, it's not Finch. What was his name?
I need to get it. Okay, there's Finch, there's Kevin, there's Oz.
Kevin. That's who it was. It was Kevin. It was Kevin. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's who it was, yeah.
I was forced to put in a copyright.
We pay you for the originals. It's a sale. We own the originals.
Look, I can't pay for your animations anymore.
But what am I supposed to do with all the money that I've laid out? You ruined my company!
You wanted this, remember? The Marquis says Walt...
Yeah, I think he is playing Roy Disney.
Things are a little tight right now.
It makes sense that he would.
He's also in the brand new Fox show Red Band Society and is doing a fantastic job with. That's a good show as well.
You're finished. Go back to Kansas.
I see a man that fights for what he believes in.
Let me tell you something about life. Always finish what you start. And anything worth doing is worth doing well. You understand me?
Sorry, Papa.
I want to see that part one more time. I want to see that part one more time just to get a good look at him. Yep, that's the same guy. It is. That is Kevin from American Pie.
Okay, there you go.
Huh. I got to be honest. That looks like a fantastic movie. I cannot watch. I cannot wait to watch that. And we're talking pre everything. I mean, before Disneyland even started. Before anything, and we lost the internet connection again for the call. That's absolutely amazing. Oh, boy. Oh, so you're still watching me. I'm still here. You can still hear me. This is WDW After Dark, and we got to join our call once again via fantastic Google+. Their time is limited with this show. I'm sorry, because they just consistently drop calls. Consistently. This is worse than what Skype was so long ago. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm so sorry. We'll go ahead and we'll go and get to our next Disney video of the week while we bring in the guys again. There we go. You guys up? Can you hear me?
Oh, there he is.
Okay. Again, that's the second time we've had to deal with that. That's such crap. I hate. We need to just go back to Skype. I'm just going to say it now. Google Plus is not working. We need to go back to Skype. It has to happen.
Okay. As much as I hate to say it, you may be right.
Because this is, it happened like 5 times during the last show. And during this show, it has already happened twice within the first 30 minutes. So, yeah, we're going to have to change some stuff. Anyway, let's go to some leaked Star Wars Episode 7 footage. Spoiler alert, or, well, not really spoiler alert. Somebody was real cute and decided to put this together as the starport was done to make it look like an airport with Imperial starships and everything else in it. But whoever did this footage did a fantastic job. I mean, a fantastic job. This looks absolutely amazing.
It does. It really does.
They really did a good job. I was impressed. Very, very impressed. And if this were actual, Star Wars Episode 7 footage, oh, man. Again, wow. But no, somebody just got really, really creative. You've got the shield generator in the background there. You can see the Death Star up there, orbiting the planet. All that stuff. And it looks genuine. It looks legit. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with who did this. So, that was a good one. Short and sweet, I guess you could say. All right, let's move on. Who loves Gaston more than Gaston?
I'm going to say Gaston.
Gaston, yeah. It's one of the things I'm looking forward to for my upcoming trip to Walt Disney World is to actually get to meet Gaston. There in the new section of Fantasyland, because I've seen so many videos, and he seems like a pretty legit guy. Maybe can give me some advice, on a couple of things other than talk about himself the entire time, which I'm hoping. But this is the next video that we found called No One Loves Gaston Like Gaston.
Not out of the picture. Well, she's still not married. You go see her finger. She doesn't have a ring on her finger.
Well,
Still single, technically. Still time.
Well, I have a bunch of lovely angels back home that would love to meet you. Do you have anything to say to them? They're very pretty, all of them.
Angels?
Yeah.
Hello, angels. I'm Gaston. Here's my bicep. Best thing about my bicep, it's got a twin. They're the perfect pair. And you can look at them both. There you go. I bet that's wonderful, isn't it? That's what it feels like to fall in love. You're welcome.
I wonder if this guy goes home to his girlfriend or wife and acts the same way.
There would be some gals out there that would be all over.
Ponytails are for girls, stallion tails are for boys. Get your own statue in the middle of town, plenty of muscles, your own business. Eventually, you can marry whoever you want. It's a wonderful life, trust me.
Oh my gosh. That pose and the way he smiles and does his eyebrows. This guy's really good. Definitely impressed with this guy and his portrayal of the character Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. That's pretty damn good. That's a nice job. Very nice. What else we got? Let's see here.
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm taking a look real fast. I'm trying to do things quickly because I don't want to lose the video connection again right in the middle of the top 5 like I did before. Finally, Rapunzel and Flynn marvel at the iPad. This is interesting to watch. Disney characters at their best at Walt Disney World.
It's a new kind of book. It's shiny. Ooh, I wonder if we could find something like this.
I wonder.
Would be awesome. Perfect. It's got all these cool little markers. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful.
Choose which color.
You can change it to crayons or color pencils or paint too. Well, what am I coloring with? Well, a marker right now is great. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Now, where do I sign? Just right in here in the white space. Right over there. Very new.
Fascinating. Never seen like this.
Oh. Was that about right? Okay.
That settles it. I want one in the castle. Perfect.
I've actually never thought of this before, to bring my tablet for all the characters to sign. I might have to do that this next time.
Oh, it's beautiful. Match the
That's not a half bad idea.
It's really not. Now, I mean, I'm not going to be one of those annoying people who take their tablet and hold it up in the air during fireworks and block everybody's view. I hate those people. They really get on my last nerve. When you take an entire, like 10-inch Samsung, tablet and hold it up like this in front of everybody trying to record stuff, that's what you have a phone for. That's why you use this, and you're just sitting there like that. But bringing the tablet for characters to sign, if your tablet is able to do that, is actually a pretty good idea. You can post them. You can make pictures, all kinds of different stuff. So that's a neat little tip for your next Walt Disney World vacation.
That is indeed.
Now, do they have an app for that, or should I create one?
I don't think it's necessarily an app, because a lot of what some of these tablets do is you just take one of those tablet pens, and they interact with the screen because of the material that's on the end of the pen. So you can use the app to draw, and what the characters would do is just simply write their name on that specific app, because they make stuff like that where you can draw stuff on a blank sheet and you save it to your tablet and then use it later on for different pictures or videos, animations, or whatever else you can think of. That's pretty interesting. That's a good idea with the tablet. I never really would have thought of that. Never would have. That's pretty good. So those are the top 5 videos of the week this week. Actually, I think we did 6 total, but not too bad. We just had to get through the ones from last week, so
yeah, there you go.
Not bad at all. So we definitely need to go ahead and get on to the headlines for this week. We're going to talk some Disney headlines and some Infinity headlines and a couple of other things to talk about. But one's real big, which I'm sure is probably going to take up a lot of the time for headlines. So we'll get to a couple of the others real quick. Let's talk Frozen real quick. We all know, unless you've been hiding underneath a rock or anything else, Frozen taking over in Norway for the Maelstrom attraction, which is shutting down, and we're going to see Anna and Elsa and all of them implemented into that attraction. So what also is going to be happening is some of the summer fun that you've had over at Disney's Hollywood Studios is going to be coming to a close on September the 28th, but there are a couple of other things that are going to continue throughout the fall for you to enjoy at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now, the event itself has proven to be, really popular with people. They loved it this year. And what they're going to extend and keep going into the fall is going to be, for the first time in forever, it's a Frozen sing-along celebration. It's going to be remaining, but it's going to be playing over in the Premier Theater on the streets of America. The number of shows per day is probably going to be up to about a maximum of 10. And there is some speculation that the show will ultimately move into the American Idol location, but this has not yet been confirmed. Eric, you have mentioned this a couple of times, have you not?
I have, and I honestly do believe that that's what's going to happen. Now, if you'll think about this for a second, this is why it makes perfect sense. American Idol Experience was supposed to run through the end of the year and supposed to close down, I believe, January 5th. Well, then they said, well, it's going to close a little bit earlier than that. Now we're going to say it's going to close tomorrow.
Yeah.
For the lights. Basically, they couldn't close American Idol Experience fast enough. And why? It's just coincidence that, oh, we're going to prolong this Frozen Summer Fun. Oh, look, we're going to prolong parts of it indefinitely.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't tell me that's coincidence.
I think you're right. I don't think it is coincidence, but answer this for me, though. Eventually, down the line, Frozen is going to lose its luster. It's not going to be as popular as it was anymore, unless, of course...
soon enough for me, but, you know.
Well, yeah. Unless, of course, they come out with another Frozen movie, which is just going to pretty much re-energize the Frozen fan base. So is this just like, do you think it's a permanent or a temporary location if they put it in the American Idol Theater?
One thing we've learned about that particular location is that even the temporary stuff tends to stay there long term. So I think what you're going to see is it's going to move in there until such time as it is wound down and the Frozen fever has thawed to the point where they'll want something else in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of blending the lines between temporary and permanent.
Do we keep the American Idol stage, or do we get rid of it? And
you reset. You redress the set.
Redress the entire set. Okay.
I mean, throw a lot of fake snow on it, dude. I mean, it's not going to be like, hard.
But didn't we talk about how this location would be, really good? Gut it out and put something Star Wars related in that area. Get rid of the Sounds Dangerous stage and all that other stuff. Did we not say that would be a good fit for it because it's so close to where Star Tours is at, right?
It would, but Disney is not done milking Anna and Elsa.
So we're talking a year tops?
They're going to milk that cash cow until it has shriveled up and died. And even then, they'll try to milk a little bit more out of it.
Constant milking of Frozen. That's real good, yeah.
That's just how Disney marketing operates.
Yeah, you're right. It does.
And
it does.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about the Frozen, the over Frozen state of Disney at the moment, because like Disney's got Frozen in 3 out of the 4 parks. And that's only because, they haven't thought up of a good way to put in Frozen Land over at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I started thinking about it. It's like, well, they had this with Lion King. They had this with Little Mermaid. They had this with Toy Story. It's cyclical. Every time that there is a huge hit movie, they're going to exploit it for as much as they can. And some people will say that's a good thing. Some people will say that's a bad thing. It is what it is.
Maybe they should do American Idol Frozen version. Have the kids come up and sing on stage.
Half the kids doing it has been coming up to sing Let It Go.
No kidding. Right? That's crazy. Yeah.
I think Phyllis needs to try.
No. I think no.
Agree.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That is a terrible idea. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, gold mine right there.
You know, Disney may pay for that.
No, it's not going to happen. Disney can do whatever they want. That's never going to happen.
Come on, Phyllis, we want to hear it. Come on.
No, she's not going to do it. She's not going to do it. So, along with the Frozen Sing-Along celebration, for the first time in forever, Wandering Oaken's merchandise location and play area
Woohoo! Some of them go out.
We'll move to the it's going to move to the former American Film Institute showcase, located at the exit of Studio Backlot Tour. There will be no ice skating, but the real snow playground and Frozen merchandise will continue to be available in that area. So what will not be continuing until the fall, the Royal Procession Mini Parade is going to be going away. And also, and this was surprising because it's still very popular and a lot of people love it, the Frozen Fireworks Show is also going to be coming to a close on September the 28th. So that was a big surprise. I figured maybe they might keep the fireworks a little bit longer, but no, that's not the case. But you still have the opportunity to go to the Hollywood studios and play in the snow while you're in Orlando. Is that not fantastic? Make a snowman, throw snowballs, do whatever. It's going to be there while I'm there, so I'm really excited to do that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. That's going to be cool. So,
hey, Jeff, do you want to build a snowman?
I do want to build a damn snowman. Yes, I do. Yeah. In a heartbeat, and I'm going to. It's going to be small, not very, very attractive, but I am going to do it. Just the way it is. Let's see. Is there anything else that I want to talk about before we get to this big story here? Yes, there is. Actually something. Of course, Epcot International Food and Wine Festival has begun. They're in Epcot. Yeah, people, stuffing their faces, drinking beer and drinking wine, all kinds of different stuff. Well, the Orlando Sentinel reported that the Disney officials decided to reduce the scheduled Epcot Food and Wine Late Night event live, which is a hard ticket event each week during the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, which started actually today. And once again, we lost the connection, so we're going to reload that once again. But I'll go ahead and keep continuing to tell you about this. Originally scheduled to run every Tuesday and Thursday night through the festival, the event will now only be offered on Thursdays. Disney officials didn't provide any type of official reason as to why the reduction into the party nights was going on, but some experts, a lot of people speculated that it was because of low ticket sales, which is definitely a reason. Now, the special event itself is located between the World Showcase Plaza and the United Kingdom Pavilion, features food from select festival marketplaces, including Hawaii and Greece, which is real nice. You've got live music, entertainment, and a DJ. You can purchase tickets, which are only $79, and that's actually not too bad. And if you want,
pick up my courtesy phone. There's no parking in the white zone.
The white zone. That's the fourth time we've had to do that. It's just so bad. This is terrible.
We have to occupy ourselves, Will and I do, while you're trying to get the connection back.
I don't understand this.
So we're like quoting Airplane in here. White zone is for and unloading of passengers only.
Like I was saying, you can purchase tickets, which are $79 plus tax for the event, by calling 407-939-3378. Ticket price includes admission to Epcot, but that only starts at 9 p.m. It does not give you access to the park all day, which, in a way makes sense. So you don't have to actually pay the, $99 to get into Epcot, spend the day, then go to the event. You can just show up that night and have a good time, and you're saving $20. You don't get any attractions or anything else like that, so you can't take that.
Well, half the attractions are coming down closed.
That's the truth, right? Who knows what will actually be open at Walt Disney World as far as Epcot goes by the end of the year.
Will be open, and that's it.
They close down Spaceship Earth. I will go into a rage. I will go into a rage in a heartbeat if they ever close it down permanently and change it to something else. I'll just die. This is my favorite attraction. I love that thing.
You gotta have that room burning. I'm telling you.
Oh, jeez. Unbelievable. So, apparently 2 nights a week to do this late night event for Food and Wine was obviously too much. Not enough tickets were being sold, I guess, and that's why they just cut it down to 1 night every single week. The chat room's in there asking, what's happening to Spaceship Earth? Nothing, Ray. Nothing. Don't worry. It's okay. It's not closing down. We're okay. Yes, we're fine. We're good. No worries there. So, okay. That pretty much covers...
that's the way to start a rumor, isn't it?
Yeah, right. That covers all but one of the Disney World headlines. We'll go ahead and move on to Mr. Eric Allen. What you got this week for headlines?
Well, as you may or may not know, unless you've been living under a rock, and even then it depends on which rock it is, Disney Infinity is coming out on Tuesday. Coming out for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox, Xbox One, and Wii, I believe. That is the Marvel version, by the way. The Toy Box version will not come out for a few weeks yet.
Okay, so answer me this.
Okay.
We're so close, we should know by now.
Yes.
I have the original base, and I have the original game for my Xbox 360.
Got it.
How is it that I'm going to get the 3 starting characters and the game piece for the Avengers without buying a brand new base, which I don't need?
Jeff, are you sitting down for this?
I am sitting down for this.
You're getting a new base.
Hmm.
And they say the reason is the figures from the original Disney Infinity will work with Infinity 2.0.
Okay.
In the Toy Box version. Now, as I understand it, the play sets, like the Cars play sets, the Lone Ranger play set, those will not work with 2.0. But they will work with Toy Box.
What? That... I don't know what to say. I thought that when they made this announcement, if you already had the game, you already had the base and everything else, that you were good to go. All you had to do was get your characters and get your game pieces and play, and you're good. No problem.
Now, I could be mistaken on that. And Lord, I hope I am.
Because, I mean, that's another $79 dollars to spend just to start playing the Marvel characters and stuff like that. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Let's check. Let's check Disney's official website.
Disney will drive a man to drink. I tell you what.
This is at infinity.disney.com/capability.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So it says, Disney Infinity Game Software. You will need the Disney Infinity 2.0 Edition video game software to use any new Disney Infinity 2.0 Edition figures, Power Disc, Marvel playsets, or Toy Box toys. Disney Infinity Marvel Superheroes 2.0 Edition video game starter pack and Disney Infinity Toy Box starter pack include the same Disney Infinity 2.0 Edition video game disc and software. Disney Infinity figures and Power Discs are forward compatible, meaning they all work in Disney Infinity 2.0 Edition. However, Disney Infinity 2.0 Edition figures and Power Discs that are labeled 2.0 only work with the Disney Infinity 2.0 Edition video game software and not with the previous Disney Infinity software. That part at least makes sense.
Okay.
Disney Infinity playsets, Disney Infinity Marvel Superheroes 2.0 Edition playsets only work in Disney Infinity 2.0 Edition and require the Disney Infinity 2.0 Edition video game software to play them. All previous Disney Infinity playsets Toy Story, Lone Ranger, Pirates of the Caribbean, Monsters University, The Incredibles, and Cars will not work in the Disney Infinity 2.0 edition video game software.
Wow.
However, all playset pieces will unlock all associated playset toys for use within the Disney Infinity 2.0 edition toy box. Disney Infinity figures in regards to playsets, only Disney Infinity figures from their related playset worlds can play in that playset, which we do already.
Wow.
While all Disney Infinity figures work in the Disney Infinity toy box.
So basically, they thought this out really well. This is interesting. So with 2.0, you're dropping another $80. With 3.0, you're going to be dropping another $80 or $90 by then.
Unless the outcry when 2.0 comes out in stores is so great that they say, okay, we listen to you and you can play all this stuff.
Wow, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing.
Really, it looks like you can bring all the ones into 2 to play in toy box.
In the toy box, yeah.
In the toy box. Now, they do say that the 2.0 toy box that comes with Disney Infinity 2.0 edition video game software is a bigger and better toy box with even more possibilities. It says now, most Disney Infinity toy box toys you previously unlocked in the toy box mode will be available for you to use in the 2.0 edition toy box if you log into your Disney account in both versions of the game. All other Disney Infinity toy box toys are unlocked by placing the appropriate Disney Infinity figures or playset pieces on the Infinity base as described in compatibility mentioned here. Toy boxes created in the previous version of Disney Infinity will be available in Disney Infinity 2.0 edition when you log in with your Disney account. So,
all I can say is I hope that 2.0 is on the Black Friday list at one of the stores. I really do.
Well, I confess, I already pre-ordered mine.
Because, oh man, that really sucks. That really sucks. So I'm basically, I'm going to have a useless base, you know.
If you want to keep your 1.0 edition, you can still play your 1.0 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in the chat room, Easy E-Ray said, could you plug in both bases and use it? Well, I don't see why you couldn't. But, I mean, if you're wanting to play in play sets for 1.0, you'd have to have that one plugged in. If you want to play your play sets on 2.0, well, you'd be able to do that too.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I'm torn if I want this to be part of Christmas or not.
I don't blame you. I really don't blame you.
They'll be probably part of it. I mean, I'm not going to buy all the figures, right now.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they'll have some deals going out on Black Friday with the figures and the discs and all that.
Which, I mean, you actually had an opportunity to start before a lot of other people the other day when I saw that picture that you texted me. And I believe that was at Walmart, was it not?
It was at Walmart, and for the rest of you who are listening and watching, this past Saturday, I was in my local area Walmart and just browsing through the toy section, and I just happened to see where in the Disney Infinity section, there were some 2.0 figures out on the shelves. And I said, I cannot believe what I am seeing. So I texted Jeff and Aljon saying, basically getting them to confirm, yes, I'm seeing what I think I'm seeing.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
And so I was in there to get my oil changed. That's the reason I was in there. So I couldn't actually purchase anything because I didn't want to just carry it around with me during the store.
Yeah.
So I come back. I mean, this is an hour later, if that long.
Okay.
And they are gone.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what probably happened is either the manager noticed, hey, you weren't supposed to do these, or somebody, I can't blame them that this happened, somebody actually tried to buy them and the cash register wouldn't let them.
Somebody screwed up.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh, well, I'm going to stock the shelves. I'm going to be a good employee, going to stock the shelves.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Wonder how long it took before were you there before they took them down? Were you there when they took them down?
No.
No? Okay.
No. All right. It was less than an hour after I saw them and texted you two when they were gone.
Wow.
So it took them less than an hour to get them back off the shelf.
Somebody didn't pay attention to what they were putting out. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
They saw Disney Infinity and they threw it up there. They just said, this is where they're supposed to go. These are the tickets for them. Blah 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 blah. So
well, I'm all right. I can't get mad at anybody for this because my previous job before where I'm at now, I was a vendor representative for a company that was contracted out to Walmart to merchandise their video games.
Right.
So most of the time they don't know what they're putting out. They just say, they get instructions. We'll put this stuff out on this day, and they say, oh, well, it's Disney Infinity stuff. Here, we'll fill it.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting.
They learn. So it was probably just an honest mistake. So.
But an honest mistake, a lot of people that may have walked by like you did and got excited and, God, I have the opportunity to buy it now and take it home and try it and do all this other stuff. And just to be let down at the cash register and be told, yeah, sorry, you can't purchase this yet. Yeah. And even Al John said, I wonder, if Disney made a deal with Walmart or Walmart made a Disney vice versa, to get them out early in the Walmart stores or whatever and just...
That's a possibility. But, unfortunately.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah, that's a fact. Okay, lost the connection once again. So we have to once again try and reload. You are watching and listening to WDW After Dark. Through our technical difficulties, as usual, I want to apologize to everybody. Let's join the call once again over on Google+. We're talking Disney headlines right now and also Disney Infinity and Eric's little story that he saw some of the new Infinity characters at his local Walmart. So, geez, what an opportunity that would have been if somebody could have bought them and took them home if they wanted to. So let's get these guys back up and running here. Let's see. All right. There we go. Can you guys hear me?
Looky there.
Yeah, the chat room can still hear me. Thank you, Paul. It's weird because Google Plus will drop the call for me, but yet I'm still streaming to live stream. The show is still going on while you guys are, it drops the call from me.
And every time that you drop off, Bill starts playing the Where's Jeff theme from the Biggles.
Where's Jeff theme? There's your hashtag. Where's Jeff?
For all our viewers out there, this one's for you.
Jeff's crappy connection. Just terrible. All right, so Disney Infinity coming out this Tuesday for the Xbox 360, the PS3, Xbox One, and PS4, right, Eric?
Yes.
Okay.
Do not call it the X-Bone. Microsoft does not like that.
The what?
The X-Bone.
The X-Bone?
Yeah. When it was coming out, I saw little snippets of press releases where Microsoft will come out and spank you if you abbreviate Xbox One as X-Bone.
That's pretty cool. I like the sound of that X-Bone. I'm going to start posting that from now on.
Play on the X-Bone, honey. I'll see you a little while later.
What are the headlines you got this week, Eric?
I do have one other, and this is an interesting note. When you think of the words Marvel Cinematic Universe, what do you think of?
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
What comes to mind when you say that? When somebody says that?
I honestly have nothing. I don't have anything. When anybody says that to me, I'm drawing a complete blank. Complete blank.
Will?
I immediately think of an attraction that's like 360 cinema version, of all things Marvel going on around you.
Okay. Well, earlier this week, the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, all combined, surpassed 7 billion. That's with a B, and that stands for Booyah.
Booyah.
$7 billion in global box office sales.
Wow.
And that makes it one of the most commercially successful film franchises of all time.
7
includes
billion?
7 billion.
Wow, that is amazing.
I'm going to sound like Carl Sagan on this. Billions and billions of other stuff.
So, doesn't that surpass how much Disney bought them for?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I do believe. So they have made their money on this.
Wow, look at Will. Nice job, man.
This includes 1.33 billion generated from 2 films. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wow.
And it's still growing because Guardians just opened in Japan. And it still has not hit all of its markets yet.
That's amazing.
So this moves, according to the website The Numbers, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has moved to the number 2 spot all time. You know what's the number 1?
Back to the Future?
Harry Potter.
Yeah, figures. Yeah.
Harry Potter is the only franchise that has outgrossed Marvel Cinematic Universe. But you know what? It ain't far ahead of it.
I was about to say it can't be that much of a difference. It really can't.
It has raised 7.7 billion globally.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, there aren't any more Harry Potter movies going to be made.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, they are done. Voldemort's been destroyed. Dumbledore's been canned. And Marvel is not about stop making movies, so it is only a matter of time at this point before the Marvel Cinematic Universe tops that list.
And haven't they really just only scratched the surface of the Marvel Universe as far as making movies?
Yeah. James Bond is the number 3 franchise, by the way.
That's a big franchise, though. I mean, that's been going on for, X amount of years now, and that doesn't surprise me. But for it to, succeed that with just these movies alone, wow.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing.
I think I said it last week. Marvel is a juggernaut at this point in terms of revenue, and I just don't think you're going to be able to stop it.
And poor DC Comics is trying their hardest to get up there. They're trying so hard.
Okay, I like some stuff that comes out of DC, but I think DC's problem is Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers, for whatever reason, has determined that all of their stuff is going to be dark and gritty and edgy.
Yeah.
That works with certain characters like Batman.
Right.
It doesn't work well for everybody.
No.
And Marvel has pretty much said, okay, well, yeah, there are going to be some dark moments in our movies, but there's going to be some lighthearted movies because comics aren't all dark.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Now, Eric, I got a question for you. I thought I read something not too long ago that like a subsidiary out of China that owns like some of DC Comics or whatever, they're actually looking at maybe selling some of their stuff to Disney. Is that right?
I have not heard that, but I don't know if this Chinese outfit, if they own part of DC, like the Marvel rights to some DC characters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. But then again, I didn't know that the Chinese companies actually bought. They just swiped.
That's pretty impressive. I'm impressed with that, definitely.
That is, and in this article that I'm looking at, just ends with the line, by the time Marvel cracks the 8 billion mark, it may be the first franchise to do so, and will likely continue to lead the pack for the foreseeable future.
It'll just keep going.
Yeah, I mean they're not going 2028. That's how they got how far they got the schedule planned.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
8 billion, I think, is lowballing it. I think you're going to see the tens of billions.
Yeah.
Now, with this being such a moneymaker, why are they putting in Frozen? Why not?
Because it's that deal with Universal that they can't put in Marvel characters in the parks.
Oh.
Now, you see them putting Marvel characters over at Disneyland because that agreement does not extend to them.
Yeah.
And that's why you see them on the Disney cruise lines.
Right.
Because they're not the parks on the East Coast.
That's right.
I think sooner rather than later you will see them. Because sooner or later that agreement is going to come up for renewal, and you know Disney's going to pressure Marvel to do whatever they have to do in order to get out of that deal.
That'll be interesting to see what they actually come up with. That'll be very interesting. Yeah.
But those are my two headlines right there.
Good stuff, Eric. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Mr. Hershey, do you have any headlines for this evening before we get to the big one?
Today's Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Today is Talk Like a Pirate Day, yes. Yes. Do you have anything else?
No, it's been a slow week for me.
Been a slow week for the Disneyland people, huh? They always have a slow week. Poor people out there in California with their droughts and fires and everything.
Getting
else.
a lot of fires.
Yeah, a lot of fires and stuff. Yeah. Stay away from Disneyland. Keep the fires away from Disneyland. That's a headline for you. All right, so with that, we'll get to the really big story that just broke literally a couple of hours ago, and a lot of people were kind of scratching their head. Is this really true? Are we really talking about this now? And it's something that has been mentioned for quite some time. Not necessarily in rumors, but just something that a lot of Disney fans in the Disney community thought needed to happen. It was time. This attraction has been modified too many times, and it's gotten shorter, and it's gotten pointless, and it's boring, and everything else. Kind of like Maelstrom was. But
I still disagree with you, but
this time instead,
Maelstrom, baby.
Instead of the announcement coming from Epcot, which has seen plenty of closures within the last month as far as announcement goes, this one comes from Disney's Hollywood Studios. And when I read it, I just kind of shook my head. Studio Backlot Tour closing at Disney's Hollywood Studios at the end of the month. I'm going to read you the article from over at Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com. It reads this. Another one bites the dust. The Hollywood Studios has been the home to Studio Backlot Tour since the opening of the park. The initial attraction has become a hollow shell of what it used to be, so the writing was on the wall. So what will replace the Backlot Tour? On September 27th, the Studio Backlot Tour will ride off into the Disney sunset to make way for a host of new attractions. What was once the main attraction for the studio park, it had fallen on hard times when the removal of the actual working sets were closed. There was once a time when you could pass through and see live filming of Wheel of Fortune, or even the new Mickey Mouse Club. And I hear that Justin and Brittany are really upset. There's been a rash of Disney studio closures recently, beginning with the end of the American Idol experience, the AMA studio area, and now the entire Backlot Tour. Needless to say, Disney is up to something, and it is big. While Disney has not formally announced what will be replacing the longtime DHS resident, rumors are flying around the internet like crazy. Will we finally see Pixar Land? Will we see Star Wars Land actually coming to, or will some other theme land thrust itself onto the scene? Maybe even a Frozen Land. That one's hard to say, but with Maelstrom closing and them doing Frozen over there. But I guess it just raises the question. We have said in the past that the studio's Backlot Tour either needed to be rethemed to something different, closed down, demoed, and put something else in there, or just refurbishment with better things to see during the tour, other than just the canyon and the fire and the flood and a couple of props here and there, and that was about it. And the little pool with the warships and the guy on TV in the wetsuit and all this. I mean, it's just a lot of things needed to change when it came to the studio's Backlot Tour. Not a lot of people were doing it anymore. So now it's just going to go away completely. So I guess really is what the question is for the two of you and for me, what do you guys think is going to make its way into that area? There has been rumors of Cars Land so far, already with the first couple of hours. Cars Land, Star Wars, and an extension of Pixar Place. What do you guys think?
Go for it, Will.
Well, me and Eric were actually talking about this a little while ago, and we've come to the conclusion that, what Pixar Place would be the best thing to go in that area. Right, Eric?
Yeah. I have to think it's a little too far away to really be an effective extension of Star Wars.
Right.
Because you've got to go through the streets of America to get there. Let me just back this up. Back in 1992, I tried out for the Jeopardy College Tournament at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Of course, back then it was Disney MGM. And after the tryouts, I had just a few hours before the park closed.
Right.
But, basically they said, hey, enjoy the park the rest of the day. The Backlot Tour is one of the few things that I actually got a chance to ride on that day. And that was back in the heyday when they were still using it as an active set.
Yeah.
So you would go through Residence Lane. You would go through the shops and there actually be stuff going on.
Yeah.
You would actually have, sets that were being used for shows and stuff. The Boneyard was actually a working boneyard instead of the place where props go to die.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Yeah.
And yes, Catastrophe Canyon was still new, and it was still a really cool concept. So, to me, this ride has been dead for quite a while now.
Yeah,
people will say, and remember, this is somebody who is ranting and raving about Maelstrom going away last week. This ride, you say it's permanent, you call it a closing. I call it euthanasia. This was something, as much as I enjoyed it, it was a hollow shell of what it was before.
Yeah.
It bore very little resemblance to the one that we liked.
Definitely.
It was... once it ceased to be an active set, a working movie studio, then you just kind of... It kind of lost its vision and lost its purpose because there was no active... It was almost like a museum tram. it's like, well, this is where we did raise this show.
yeah, that's true.
This is where we did have this show.
Right. Yep.
And then they started taking chunks out here and there for us, like, oh, well, here's where we're going to take out for Lights, Motors, Action.
Little by little.
We're going to take yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, by the time those trams pull out, it's you're back at the start.
Yeah.
So, as much as I like a sense of nostalgia, as much as I like holding on to attractions that have sentimental value,
yeah,
sometimes it's like Old Yeller. You just got to put it down.
Oh, wow. That's a bold statement. Gee whiz.
Yes. Now, if I could sum up the Backlot Tour in 2 words, it's Old Yeller.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Geez.
That attraction's always going to be have a special place in my heart because the few that actually got to do the little acting out part, the skit on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the very beginning. So yeah, I was just pulled out of the crowd one day, and they had me go in there, and I did it with the other guys. Now, I kind of think that the 2 other guys were actors from Disney, so I wasn't for sure, but
It makes liability insurance a whole lot easier to figure out at that point.
Yeah, I was the guy who sat in the boat going like this, pulling the levers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Will, what do you if you were a Disney Imagineer,
right,
and they came to you and they said, Mr. Hershey, we need something to put in this area.
Another coaster.
Another coaster, but themed to what? Because, every attraction has got that Disney feel. It's got that Disney theme. What's it going to be, though?
It's going to be dealing around like Monsters, Inc., giving the scare factor.
Scare factor.
Think about it, dude. The door hangers.
Yeah.
The hanging doors.
Yeah.
Do an inverted coaster.
Yeah.
What they call it, the door vault. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go through this coaster. There's like lots of doors going by you, and you can look down and see a little town of like Monsterville or whatever.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I kind of actually like the idea of that. That's pretty cool. Wow. Will, you came up with that? Really? Seriously? That's good, dude.
Well,
that's pretty good.
Kind of help.
That was one of the
things that
we discussed when you dropped
we were
out.
discussing all this.
Oh, gee, while I was messing around with my crappy connection. Yeah, okay.
But think about it. It could be an awesome combination of an inverted coaster and a dark ride.
It would be.
Kind of like
kind of like going through the doors, and all of a sudden there's a big Sully there, kind of like the Yeti roaring down at you.
I think they've got that done already.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But I mean, all right. Picture this: you're on you're in the door vault, and you wind up passing through a doorway, and all of a sudden, boom! It's like Japan.
I'm trying to picture that in my head right now, and I can't picture it, but I can at the same time, I guess. Crud, we did that. I'm so tired of this, people. Again, Google Plus has dropped on me, and I lost the call, so I'm bringing back Mr. Eric Allen and Mr. Hershey once again. You're watching and listening to WDW After Dark. I'm tired. I'm getting tired of apologizing to you people, but I apologize again for this terrible, terrible technical difficulties that we are having for the second week in a row. This is just getting out of hand. Here's something that I know Disney does not like to do. And I'll hold that comment because I think they're coming back on.
Hunger?
There we go.
Yes, I thought that was working too.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Back on. I was just about to say, I know that there's one thing that Disney does not like to do. Disney does not like to repeat themselves.
Since when?
And when I say that, I say it attraction-wise because for certain attractions, there are different, setups to the attractions. They feel different. They sound different. The ride is different. They may have the same name, but it's different in a way. So when I hear Cars Land come up, the first thing I think a lot of people think of when they hear Cars Land is, oh, they're going to build the same thing they built out there in California. I don't think that that's going to be the case. I don't think you're going to have a complete mirror image of everything that has happened out in California if you were to implement cars into it.
And you shouldn't.
And you shouldn't. You should not. As much as I would love to see that happen in Florida, because it does look like a fantastic themed area. Fantastic. But should not happen. Eric, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I don't think Cars Land should come to Florida.
No, I agree.
I don't, because I mean you've already got the Magic Kingdom with its Tomorrowland and Adventureland and Fantasyland and all that. That's expected because that is it's pretty much the different incarnations of the same park.
Yeah.
But no, you should not, because if you do just carbon copy everything, what's the point in going into the others?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, say, yes, I understand Walt Disney World is larger, but, so you won't ever be able to have everything from Florida in Disneyland and vice versa. No, some lands should stay unique. Some parks should stay unique. So, I tell you, if you're going to put a fictional Pixar landscape at Disney World, do Monstropolis.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like a life-size version of what, the factory?
Yeah.
And stuff like that? Is that what you're shooting for?
You would have a monster thing. Lord, you could almost do this to Streets of America.
What about Monsters University?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You could take part of that.
Yeah.
You could do Monsters University at some point. You could do Harryhausen's.
Yep.
Would that not be awesome to have a sushi restaurant in there and themed after Harryhausen's?
I agree with you. Yeah, definitely.
And this would be a wonderful place to put this Monsters, Inc. inverted coaster that's based off of the door vault. So it keeps the Pixar theme going, but it's a different twist on it. And just the way that they theme all the exteriors for Monsters Inc. and also Monsters University, I think it would be like an awesome look.
Yeah. Dot Rocks in the chat room said the coaster could be a hanging overhead coaster. When the coaster is ready to go, there could be a light above the seats that would light up as you're through the door that's activated. Something I think that she's on the right track there. Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about, where you go through a door frame, and that you may have cut off at the time when I said this. You go through a door frame, and boom, you're in Japan or somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the combination of the dark ride and the coaster, where you're going through a closet door, and you're in one locale. You go through another one, and you're in a different one. And you can just go in and out through that, just all over the place.
Something else.
Then you go through a room where everything's upside down, like you're inverted, and
Something else I would like to see eventually one day, because I think it would be a fantastic effect. And it's not only old Disney, but it's new Disney at the same time. And I think it would be a good fit in Hollywood Studios. Some attraction themed to the world of Tron. I would love to see it. Whether the grid would be fantastic. Yeah.
Yes. And I would love it if they took it and, like, you never made it out to Vegas when they had the Star Trek experience.
I didn't get to see that. No.
Okay, they had an awesome way of getting you in the attraction.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how they pulled this off, but you walked into this little waiting area for like a walking tour, supposedly.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the lights go out, and it's completely pitch black. And when the lights come back on, you are on one of the transporter pads aboard the Enterprise.
Oh, wow. That is neat.
If there was some way you could do that, like, say, with the digitizing laser, and immerse yourself into the grid, I think that would be an awesome attraction for, well, it would pretty much have to be Hollywood Studios, unless you wanted to put it into Tomorrowland.
Or the way things are looking at Epcot, you put it in Future World. I mean, I'm just saying the way things are going there with them making all those different changes there, but yeah.
Dude, did we not think it was going to happen at Test Track?
Right. We did think it was going to happen there. Yeah, we did.
Yes, you called me while I was down there.
Yeah.
One year, one trip, and yes, we had reservations at Coral Reef.
That's right. That's right.
Y'all go on ahead. I'm going to follow up on this rumor. I will catch up with you.
I mean, literally, Eric, for those of you who don't know, there was a major rumor going around when they were talking about the refurbishment of Test Track and what it was going to be turned into. The rumor was that Tron, because Tron was very popular at the time. The movie had just come out, and I think it was hitting Blu-ray and DVD. And there were the internet went crazy with rumors of Tron coming to Test Track because we knew that Test Track was going to get some type of a refurbishment. So the second that I heard about this, I get on the phone. I know Eric is in Epcot. I know he's there. And I call him up, and I'm like, dude, are you anywhere close to Test Track or anything else? He's like, well, we got reservations to go over to eat at, the restaurant and everything. He's like, hold on. He drops everything. He leaves the entire family there. And I think he probably either walked really fast or he ran over there to Test Track and started talking to cast members.
Running.
That was actual running?
It was actual running.
And literally, is sending me text messages and all this other stuff. And we just had that feeling. We honestly thought that, Tron would be a fantastic fit inside of Test Track, making the vehicles look like, not necessarily the light cycles, but that real big, kind of that Doom Buggy type vehicle that, the Light Runner that Olivia Wilde was, driving in the movie and stuff. And so, again, I bring it up, it's, I think, a good fit for Disney's Hollywood Studios. I think it would draw a crowd. But I'm going to be realistic. I know that's not going to happen. I know that's not what Disney is thinking. It's just not. It's not possible. But what seems more likely to me is an extension of something to do with Pixar because it's so close to that area. So very close. But at the same time, we're talking a very large, extensive area, though, that they're talking of shutting down and demoing or refurbishing and changing it into something else. So it's got to be big. It's got to be something massive. Because with the Backlot Tour, it's not like just because they lost Residential Street and all those other different locations, just because you didn't go through those anymore, doesn't mean that it wasn't a very large area that they were using for the attraction. So it's got to be big. It's going to have to be to take up all that space.
I'm telling you, an inverted Monsters Inc. coaster.
And I really don't want the area to turn into another river country where it just sits and rots because Disney can't make a decision on what they want to do with it or whatever else. Oh, we're going to...
Wonders of Life?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like Wonders of Life. Oh, we're waiting until D23 to announce to everybody this is what's going to happen in Disney's Hollywood Studios. For the next year, we're not going to know. And I think Al John said it on a previous show, they're waiting until D23 to announce anything attraction-wise, if it is going to happen, for Star Wars. But Eric, you say this area is too far away from actual Star Tours itself in order to use Star Wars for it, right?
Now, when I say it's too far, and that this area is just really close, I'm talking about the part where you get in the queue, and you have the Pearl Harbor attack with Michael Bay looking like Mr. Smug SOB of that part is too far away. Now, that's not saying that some of the, like you said, it's a huge area. That's not saying that some of the area, like what they use for Lights, Motors, Action,
yeah,
couldn't be used for a Star Wars themed area. Really, I think there is enough space to where you could split it between those two. But I think the parts that's closest to the existing Pixar place is going to be used for Pixar stuff.
Yeah. Now, what about other movies that have not been tapped into? As far as not just, I'm not going to say just Pixar, but I'm saying Disney movies that have not been tapped into yet that were big hits that could possibly go in that area. Maybe The Incredibles.
That could work. What kind of would you do?
Oh, I just thought of that off the top of my head, so I don't know. But The Incredibles is a possibility, though.
The Incredibles is a possibility. What if you did like a motion simulator, kind of like Star Tours, but you do those Manta jets that are flying through the city, and also the ones that would go underwater to the base there on the island.
Yeah, on that island that they were out in during the movie and everything.
Yeah, no Man's Sand Island.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, so okay, so The Incredibles. What else can you think of? What else can you guys think of, Disney movie wise, that has been popular in the last 5 to 10 years that hasn't been tapped into yet?
WALL-E.
Okay.
How would you do? They've tapped into Finding Nemo over at Epcot.
They have, yes.
And Animal Kingdom.
Up?
Up could be nice.
Let's see here. I'm trying to think of what movies in my collection here.
Brave, maybe?
Brave could be something. Well, I was kind of thinking Brave or Tangled, but to me,
I can see that over at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, those are more Fantasyland type of attractions. If they were to do something like that for Brave or Tangled.
Easy E-Ray in the chat room asked, was Planes Pixar? No, not exactly.
No.
It was inspired by a Pixar movie.
Yeah, it was.
But you could put that in there. I mean, really, if you're going to put something right next to Pixar place, it needs to be a Pixar tie-in.
It does. We don't know how big and how popular Big Hero 6 is about to be. That could be something. I mean, it's a little too soon to say since the movie hasn't even come out yet, but I guess it could. Oh, man. It just seems like, Pixar, something Pixar related is just fits well. It just fits. And to me, the idea of something monsters, because the Laugh Floor Comedy Club, I'm sorry, it does not cover it in any way, shape, or form when it comes to representation for Monsters, Inc. over in Tomorrowland. I mean, it was great when it first started. Based on the technology from Turtle Talk with Crush, it was great. But
it's a cute concept. It's a
very cute concept. Yes.
It's one of those that it's not really going to have an enduring lifespan.
No.
I tell you, this has absolutely nothing to do with Pixar, but I tell you the property that I really wish that Disney would paid more attention to again, and that is gargoyles.
That's dating that's quite a few years back, though.
That is quite a few years back. But you know what? That's
the
beauty of it. It's retro, and it can be new again.
It could be reintroduced.
It could be reintroduced.
Yeah.
Actually, you want to go that route? You could put gargoyles in Animal Kingdom.
If you're going to put Avatar in Animal Kingdom, you can put gargoyles in Animal Kingdom. You are definitely right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying that is a race of mythical creatures.
It is. Yeah.
And I got to say, gargoyles is on my radar because a few days ago I found the compilation DVDs for first season, the first half of second season, and I introduced them to my son. And he starts watching the pilot episodes. He's going like, "Oh my God, I love this!" And so he's like binge watching all the way through it.
Yeah.
And he'll probably be done with all 5 DVDs by weekend's end. So honestly, I think that's a brilliant concept that they had.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it'd be perfect for. You could put it in Magic Kingdom. You could put it in, Hollywood Studios. You could put them in Animal Kingdom if you really, really wanted. So if anybody from Disney is listening, and if you're not, why not? Because you really should be.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
You will find a few good ideas in here, and amongst all the technical difficulties.
Isn't that a fact?
So I'm just thinking this would be a prime property to reintroduce.
The speculation over the next couple of weeks is going to be something very interesting to watch on social media, because a lot of people are going to have a lot of different ideas and a lot of different opinions when it comes to this area. And I think Disney is going to watch that very, very closely, because they watch social media, they listen to what the fans say, and they try to do what the fans want. But I mean, ultimately, Disney already has. They're obviously closing it because they already have an idea as to what they want to put in there. I think if cast members are going to be talking about it in the park, Disney needs to go ahead and make a statement. Let everybody know, yes, this is what's going on. We are not quite ready to announce something, but something is coming. But don't make us wait until D23 to find out. Go ahead and let us know. Because I think people will lose a lot of faith in Disney if they wait too long. So,
honestly, I think a lot of hardcore Disney fans have lost their faith in Disney a lot this year already.
Yeah, because of so many different things that have just favorites that have gone away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, boom, we're getting rid of Mo Rockin'. Boom, we're getting rid of Off Kilter. Boom, we're getting rid of the Fife and Drum Corps.
Right.
Boom, we're getting rid of Maelstrom. Boom, we're getting rid of Backlot Tour. I mean, 2014 will be the year of the gutting. You're almost afraid, you're hesitant to look at social media these days because you never know what Disney's going to gut next.
You're absolutely right. And it has been literally within the past month that Disney has done all this. And it seems like every other week or every week now, they're closing something else. And we're not even done with 2014 yet. We still have a few months to go. I'm almost scared to ask Disney, what else do you have planned that you're going to take away that everybody loves? It's not that everybody loves the Backlot Tour. It's like I said as we started talking about this subject, that it has lost its luster, kind of like Maelstrom did after so many years. And Eric said it, they took things away. They took away from the attraction. They took away Residential Street. They moved the Osborne lights to a different location, yet they looked great in that area. They could have kept it there. And accommodated so many people, it wouldn't be so crowded. But, Disney had something in their mind. So now the question is, what are they planning to do? And what's it going to be themed to? Us in here?
Here's another question.
Yes.
All right. Put your thinking cap on.
Okay.
Your predicting hat, your crystal ball, your Karnak turban.
Yes.
If they are going to close another attraction in the next week or so, if they're going to announce it, what do you think it's going to be?
What attraction needs major TLC? Are we talking closure or refurbishment?
If you're talking about flat-out refurbishment, I know what ride I would close and just refurbish and update. But I'm talking about closing down and give it a different overlay, or just demo it completely.
I'm going to keep it inside of Hollywood Studios and say the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular.
That there's some sentiment in the chat room that would agree with you.
Okay. I just like the Backlot Tour, it's had its run. It's been, great to watch, and it's time to move on. It's time to move on with that. So that's what I would pick.
That's not a bad choice. I'm not saying that's a bad choice.
If I were Disney,
Me, I would say the Tomorrowland Speedway.
Oh, yeah, I've been saying that for a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't said that it needed to close. I said it needed a major refurbishment. And I do mean major refurbishment.
Yes. And I'm including not just demo it. I'm talking major overlay.
Yeah.
So you could do a major overlay of the Tomorrowland Speedway.
Yeah. You could.
You could do like Meet the Robinsons or stuff like that. Now, if you're talking just strictly shut it down, update the crap out of it, I'm going with Peter Pan.
That's an interesting choice.
I would go with Peter Pan.
That's very interesting.
And bring in state-of-the-art animatronics, so you don't have. And I've said this before. Right now you've got a bobblehead Wendy out on the pirate.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean it was the state-of-the-art animatronic ride technology back in 1971.
Yeah.
And half of the voices don't sound like the right voices.
Yeah, you're right. I
mean, Captain Hook sounds more like I don't know. He sounds like your average Backstreet Boy or something.
Yeah, he does.
You do so much more with that and make it so much more awesome.
Yeah.
Disney's probably not going to do it because there's rarely less than a 45-minute wait for that ride.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So they figure as long as people are lining up for it, they don't need to do squat.
Well,
if I were Bob Iger,
we could sit here and we could speculate, and we could go through every single Disney movie to try and decide what's going to be put into this area. But ultimately, you have until September the 28th to get on the Backlot Tour at Disney's Hollywood Studios before it closes its doors forever and literally becomes something. We don't know what it is. Disney has not told us, but we'll be watching the Disney Parks blog very closely, and or just tweets from Disney themselves or whatever. However they're going to do this, we're hoping that it's going to be soon, and we don't have to wait until D23 to find out what's going to happen with this area. So
I guarantee you there'll be a gift shop at some point.
I'm sure that there probably will, just to make people go into that area again. But Fantastic discussion. These are all fantastic ideas, and we definitely appreciate all of the ideas in the chat room as well when it comes to the Backlot Tour at Disney's Hollywood Studio. But we got to wrap things up. We only got a few minutes left here on the show, so let's go ahead and get our hashtags up tonight. I don't think we have many of them, but there may be a couple here and there. Before we wrap up the show, I want to remind everybody to check our sponsors on the show, like Amazon and Halloween stuff and everything that's on there. I think there's a lot of different things on the page as far as sponsors go, but help the show out so that we can keep the website up and running for you guys, and definitely check out and book your vacation with Kristen with Magical Journeys Vacations. And we encourage everybody also to listen to Sorcerer Radio. Now, remember, you've got different ways that you can check out the show. Definitely subscribe to our channel over on YouTube. Just search for WDW After Dark. You can also listen to WDW After Dark every single week via iTunes and Stitcher Radio as well. So we encourage you to do that. Like and subscribe to everything. And give us your comments and give us your feedback on the show. We always encourage you to let us know how we're doing. If you want to see something new on the show or anything else, just drop us a line, or you can send us an email if you want to as well. Eric, any last-minute things that you want to let people know about before we roll out of here? Oh, man. And just as I was about to ask him what exactly he wanted to, ask everybody, tell everybody, I lose the stream again. It's, jeez. For me, if you want to follow me, you can do it over on Twitter at DW60. You can also find me in the Sorcerer Radio Disney Fun Zone over on Facebook. Those are a couple of ways that you can find me. My personal Twitter account on Twitter is at Jeff Davis _75, I believe is what it is. So let's bring these guys back up one more time. Let's see here. Crazy. Oh, gee whiz. Can you guys hear me? Okay, you can turn that off. Stop. Eric Allen, I'll again ask you any information you want to pass on to everybody before we go. How can they find you?
Will be Tuesday morning, 8 o'clock Eastern on Sorcerer Radio, srsounds.com.
Right.
You can contact the show at sorcom@srsounds.com via email, via Twitter at SorcomReview, on the Facebook page for the show at facebook.com/SorcomReview.
And Mr. Hershey, how can people find you, and when does your show come on?
Every Wednesday morning, Disneyland Magic on Sorcerer Radio, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with our encore presentation at 7 at night. You can reach me on Twitter at SR Disneyland Magic or at SRD Land Magic, as well as you can get hold of me at YetiChaser@yahoo.com or YetiChaser@gmail.com.
And you could also catch Mr. Dan Barnes' E-Ticket Time every single Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Sorcerer Radio for E-Ticket Time. And Kristen and Aljon, the WDW Tiki Room show, comes to you on Friday mornings, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, where they talk about all things Disney. And finally, Sandy Alexander, Disney Trip Tips. Find out some great ways to make your next Disney vacation a little bit easier with Disney Trip Tips, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Sorcerer Radio. And you can hear me on Thursdays, DW60 at 8 a.m. Eastern. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening for the show. Mr. Eric Allen, Mr. William Hershey, again, thank you, gentlemen, for taking time out of your Friday night to join me and entertain everybody for this evening. Appreciate it.
Did we do hashtags? Did you do hashtags while we were like...
I did not. Let me get through those really quickly. We've got After Darkers, Sorcerer Radio Disney Fun Zone, Talk Like a Pirate, Make It Last, Chubby Iron Man, Constant Milking of Frozen, Where's Jeff Wiggle, X-Bone, Ride Enthusia, and Beaver Run.
Euthanasia,
I'm sorry. Don't have my glasses on. Sorry.
Slightly different meaning between those two words.
So those are the hashtags for tonight. Like I said, guys, thanks for stopping by and doing the show with me tonight. Definitely appreciate it.
Pleasure.
We'll be back. We'll be back again next Friday night for another edition of WDW After Dark. We'll talk with Kristen and Aljon and see how their vacation was at the Walt Disney World Resort and what they experienced for the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Take care, everybody. We'll see you later. And those are the credits. Let's roll them.
Arr.
You want to know if she wasn't wearing pants during the show either.
I think we should all be pantsless. That's just me. Nobody's going to do it.
I don't know. Do we have those little blurry marks you know to put over top of people?